Today's not starting out so great. My flight, it was about noontime that I found out that my flight was canceled for tonight, and I was trying to get in touch with the travel agency and they weren't responding if I should just rebook it or if they need to do it. And so since they weren't responding, I didn't want the last flight of the night to get booked. So I just did it anyways, and then I also wrote them an email asking for them to respond. And they also are like deal with the limo service that picks me up. So I was just nervous all day that if someone was gonna be able to pick me up because I get in late. Now I'm gonna be landing around midnight. So I was just like on edge all day because of that. And then finally at the end of my work day, they emailed me saying that they'll make arrangements. And so that was good. And then it's kind of a good thing that it was canceled. I don't even know why it was canceled, because I don't think I would get there on time. It's a really rainy day. It's like just nasty outside, and usually it only takes me 40 minutes to get to the airport, and it's taking me like on Waze it's saying like an hour and 10 minutes. So I don't even know if I would have made the flight. So I guess it is a good thing that it was delayed or canceled, but at the same time, like, I'm not going to be getting to the hotel until like 1 p.m. Wait, hold on. Yeah, there's the airway behind me. So I made it to Boston. Wow, look at this view. Focus, focus, focus. There we go. Oh man. So my flight has been delayed in another 2 hours, and so I'm in the parking structure now. I had to park in the very top level, and I was super frustrating, like going up and up and up, because every single level said, oh, we have parking. You go all the way around, everyone's looking for parking, and there's no parking. So I'm up on the top level, and I was super frustrated until I got to the top, and I'm like, wow, this view is amazing. You can see all the planes taking off over there. There's like no one here. It's so late. Good morning! I finally made it here. Last night was just awful. I didn't even, like, I get so annoyed when things like that happen that I don't want to pick up the camera. I don't want to do anything. I couldn't believe it. The flight was changed 8 times. 8 times. And I was just so scared that it was gonna be canceled. And I'm like, what am I gonna do? You know, like I was looking up like the earliest flights. I was like, I'm gonna spend the night in the airport. I need my body to like relax and to get rest, especially tonight, so that this little embryo can have the best chance, you know, like right out the gate. And I was so frustrated. And then the limo service like wasn't responding to me, and because I wasn't sure if they had like a cutoff time, like if you land at 3 in the morning like I did, you know, you need to find your own way home or your own way to the hotel, your destination. So they finally were contacting me like right when I was getting on the plane, and I was just like, oh, thank God. So everything worked out. I'm here. I got a good solid 5 hours. I also slept on the plane. As soon as I got on the plane, I was so glad that I had class A, because I took Southwest, and not my choice. And yeah, I had class A boarding, so I was like, okay, good. So as soon as I got on the plane, I took the first window seat, and I just knocked out. I was exhausted, and then I slept like I slept all the way until landing. So that was good. So that was a good like 2 hours right there. So like broken up like 7 hours, and then the limo driver came, and he was so sweet, and he's gonna be the same guy who's gonna be taking me back to the airport. So that'll be good. Good to, you know, be a little familiar with who's driving you and who you're getting in the car with. So yeah, I had breakfast. I had to empty my bladder completely out at 10:15. It's almost 10:45 right now. I have to be across the street for 11 o'clock. It's literally like right there. So I'm gonna go check out very soon. Yeah, empty my bladder at 10:15, and then I had to drink like 20 ounces of water within a 15-minute window, which I already did. And yeah, that's about it for now. So they only have one embryo, and it's not tested. And like, I remember like in my other videos, I'm like, oh, you know, it needs to be tested, needs to be tested, needs to be tested. I fell in love with this couple. They, like, I would rather, you know, go through all of this one time at least, taking that chance with them, then I just felt that connection with them. It was just there. So they came out, you know, I met us in person, and they were just adorable with my son, and my husband really got along with them too. And he's so good at like knowing people, like judging people from like really early on. And so he also was just like really on board with them. So here we are, and they'll probably call me before the transfer or right after. We'll see. But the other thing I'm nervous about is because they only have one, and it's frozen, it's gonna be a frozen embryo transfer, is that we could get to like, I'm dressed and ready to go for the transfer, and the embryo doesn't survive the thawing process, and then that's it. So I'm praying and I'm hoping that that doesn't happen. I mean, I went through this before, the last journey I had, which, you know, went all the way to giving birth. They also only had one embryo frozen, and you know, everything was fine. But I'm just like, oh my God, like I would just be heartbroken, because I envision it just of, you know, the intended parents, like on the day that I give birth and handing them this baby. And I'm just really hoping that's gonna work for them. So we'll see. Definitely pray for me. I don't know when I'm gonna get this video uploaded. But I'll be uploading like my journey on Instagram, and not so much Facebook, because like all of my family's on there, and I didn't really want to announce it to my family just yet. I wanted to wait until like I'm farther along in the pregnancy, just so that there's less questions. You know, I remember when I had my first failed transfer, or my only failed transfer, and I made it super public, and like everyone was asking me like, oh, why didn't it work, why didn't it work? And I'm like, I don't know why it worked. Didn't work, and I'm very sad. And I'm just one of those people that just doesn't want to be questioned when I'm going through just a sad time. So that's just me. So yeah, follow me on Instagram. It's Brittney Sanzo. I'll link it below or it's in the about section. So yeah, I'll take you along for the rest of the day. It was such a nice hotel I stayed at. I don't even know, I think it's the Hilton. I got in like so late, I didn't even notice where I was staying at. Yeah, I think it's like the Hilton Garden Inn. So I checked out, and I'm walking over right now. I gotta get used to staring at the lens and not my face on the freaking flip screen. So I gotta go across 2 streets, and then up to like the 5th floor, and then I check in, and then at 11 o'clock, and then 11:30 is when the embryo transfer happens. And so yeah, it'll be good. It's like muggy out. It was supposed to be raining. Yeah, Hilton Garden Inn. But at least it's not raining. I was like scared of walking over here, and it was going to be, you know, rainy, because I didn't bring an umbrella or anything. Then I have all my stuff too, because I had to check out of the hotel. And then the limo driver's gonna pick me up right from the clinic. So he already just texted me that he will be there at 1 o'clock. just want to let you guys see what is here, and then I'm going to be able to take a video afterwards of the monitor of the embryo going in. So I don't know, I can't take a video like during the procedure, but it's okay. So yeah, here's the room. Lord. And I need to undress from the waist down right now. And that's it. So I had to lay there for about 5 minutes, and they let me know that I'm good to go to the bathroom, which I had to pee so bad. And got little booties, gotta throw them away. And then once after I go to the bathroom, I'm free to go. So I'll update you guys when I get downstairs and I'm waiting for the limo. So that is all over. I'm walking back to the hotel now. Yeah, it was really quick. It was about like 10-minute process. And so they said to not lift anything more than 25 pounds for the next like 3 days. And good thing my luggage, it's under 25 pounds anyways, but it rolls. And I think my purse is heavier than my luggage. And then no like aerobic activity for 5 days, like to increase your temperature. And then she said that I can resume sexual activity after 5 days, but just to be gentle about it. So that sounds good. So I'm going back to the hotel right now because there wasn't anywhere to sit down that I could wait for the driver. And then I'm going to text the driver and ask him to meet me there. The intended mother called and I let her know that everything was great. I could hear in her voice that she had been crying because she was just so happy. But yeah, everything looks great. The embryo thawed beautifully. It was a new term that I heard. It was a 90 to 95%. Oh man, I forgot the word. But it wasn't a success rate, but it was basically like, I don't know, I gotta look it up and I'll get back to you guys. But yeah, everything's good. I'm going to wait in the hotel now for my limo to come pick me up, and then I go home, and I just need to take it easy, of course. So there's a surrogacy myth that if you eat McDonald's French fries after a transfer, that's more likely to succeed. I don't believe in it, but gotta keep up with the tradition. You can see McDonald's right behind me. So I'm at the airport now, getting ready to go home. I'm already trying not to look into it or think that it's anything, but I'm exhausted. And I mean, I've gone through a lot these past 24 hours, but like, it's that different kind of exhaustion that all you moms know I'm talking about. So, waiting for my flight now, about an hour delay, or not delay, but like an hour to go until we start boarding. Excited to go home and see my boys. I made it! I am home in Boston. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, city way over there. Oh man, that was a day. That was an interesting 24 hours. Definitely gonna be flying out of Manchester from now on. Boston's just too big and there's just so many delays, and I'd pay the extra money for just the overall traveling experience to go better. But yeah, I'm gonna hit up Chick-fil-A on the way home. I am already craving ice cream, and like I can smell things like a mile away already. I'm like, well, that's a good sign. But you know, you can't like look at the symptoms too much, because the medications that I'm on, they could also you know, kind of bring on those symptoms as well. So the nurse reminded me of that, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna think that I'm pregnant until proven otherwise. Poopo, P-U-P-O. All right, so thank you for watching. I'm gonna get in my car, get Chick-fil-A and go home. And hopefully the next update I give you guys, well, it's going to be the blood test, which is on May 29th. See you then.